So welcome to part 3 of how to raise confident children, or how to raise a confident child. And in part 2, we have learned about how to show your child that you believe in them. And the goal was to, if they believe that you believe in them, then they are also going to believe in themselves. If you have not watched part 1 and part 2, kindly check the link above so that you can just start from up there so that you don't have to miss any of these really amazing steps. So for part 3, we're gonna learn the power of praising achievements and embracing fears. Did you know that recognizing your child's fears can just be as important as praising their achievements? And in this video series, in this part 3, we're gonna learn why this really matters as far as raising your child's confidence is concerned. So praise and acknowledgement are two powerful tools when it comes to building your child's confidence. So praise and acknowledgement is also important. And it's important to understand that both achievements and fears play a role in this process. So sometimes we are fearful and sometimes we are courageous, and it takes confidence to break from being from the fearful state to the courageous state. First, let us talk about praising achievements. Every accomplishment, no matter how small, deserves recognition. So if your child did the dishes really well and it was their 10th time or their 30th time, can you make sure that you have acknowledged that? If they are, for example, my son was brushing his teeth really fast at first and the teeth were not getting cleaned up really well, and we kept going to the dentist and he had to be cleansed again, and he could not even agree or accept help from me. So he had to keep going to the dentist uh, very frequently. But recently he started taking his time and he's been brushing his teeth, and you can see that the teeth have even turned the color to pure white. So I had to acknowledge this and I had to praise him for this achievement. So it doesn't matter what your child has been attempting, just make sure that you acknowledge their achievement. And if your child gets a good grade, maybe they have finished a task or they are learning something new, take a moment to celebrate it. Say, you can say something like, I saw how hard you worked on that. Great job. Make sure you do. Say something as simple as that. It is very important. So this shows them that effort counts and that they are capable of reaching their goals. So this is so important. So however, it is important to find a balance in praise. Don't overdo it. If you reward every small action with a big prize, it can create unrealistic expectations in this life, and we don't want your child to have unrealistic expectations. So a simple verbal recognition or a high five or even a note in their lunchbox or a hug, no, that can go a long way without overdoing it. So teach them that pride should come from within, not just from external rewards. It does not come from gifts, it does not come from people's praises, but should come from within. So now let us discuss acknowledging fears. Like adults, children have fears. They have a lot of fears. It might be fear of the dark. You don't want to sleep in the dark. For example, for me, when I was a child, I didn't like sleeping in the dark, and I didn't like sleeping alone in my bed because I suffered from these bizarre nightmares. So it could be such a fear, or even new social situations, or trying something unfamiliar. So all of these are valid fears that you need to acknowledge. So when you take time to listen and to validate their fears, are showing them that it is okay to feel scared sometimes. So sit down with them, make sure you sit down with them and say it is normal to feel this way, and you are brave for facing fear A, or you're brave for facing fear B. Make sure you do that. It is very simple, but it is so profound. Encourage them to take small steps towards overcoming these fears. If they are nervous about, for example, making friends, encourage them to say hello to, maybe you're meeting a new person. Can you tell them, you Tom, can you please say hello to this person? And when they make progress, acknowledge their bravery. If they really feared saying hello to a new person and they were finally able to say hello to this person, can you acknowledge their bravery and make sure that you tell them that? So overcoming even small fears can boost their confidence significantly, because they learn that they are capable of handling challenges. So you can see why acknowledging fears is so important, because it teaches them that they are capable of handling challenges. In the end, Both praise and empathy go hand in hand in raising confidential children. So celebrate their achievements, understand their fears, and give them the acknowledgement that they need to grow into these amazing, resilient individuals. So I hope you've learned a thing or two in this part 3 about the power of praising achievements and acknowledging fears. Because when you do these, then they are going to learn that pride comes from within, and by facing their fears, they can know that they are well capable of handling challenges even in the future. And by so doing, you're going to raise such an amazing, confident child that you're going to be so proud of in the future. And the society at large is also going to be so proud of this individual that you are raising. If you would want these notes that we are going through, the link is in the video description. And if you want a live interactive session where you can come in, ask all your questions and get them answered, we normally do have a live interactive session, and the link is also in the video description. So right now we are going on to part 4 of this amazing raising confident children. And part 4 is gonna be to teach your child the art of learning from mistakes.